Hi, Tatyana. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from UK. Good morning to you. And I'm so excited to have you here, really. So it's a warm welcome. Finally get to see you. Thank you for agreeing to share your insights and wisdom with us today on All in Recruitment.
It is absolutely pleasure to be here, Lydia. Thank you for invitation.
You've had a really interesting background and you've had your start in HR and you've worked as a HR manager. You've also been a HR business partner. And then you went on to start a number of companies in the last 4 to 5 years, I guess. So today you lead a team of recruiters, and I understand all of them are girls in your own
Yeah.
IT recruitment firm, Lucky Hunter, and you are based in the UK. So maybe in your own words, you can tell us about your journey and what led you to entrepreneurship in this industry and maybe some experiences. You've had some experiences, some very important experiences running Lucky Hunter, especially in the past year, right?
Recruiting has been in my life for more than 15 years. I came to the industry first a recruitment consultant, and after that, I grew up to the head of recruitment department in the agency. And after that, I have been started work in a coolest startup, American, Danish, and British. I was a HR business partner, and after some days, I understood that that is all. So I I really worked in the coolest IT startup, and I thought what I should do next. So, and the next step, logical step for me, it was open my own agencies. So in IT, I love IT. This is the greatest field in the world. So
IT recruitment.
IT, just general
Just IT.
IT. And I love recruiting, but I love IT. This is so cool to work with the cool and young guys who create the coolest project, and you can be a part of the coolest application. So this is so cool when you help to develop some products. So and yeah, and my company, Lucky Hunter, we have been working on the global market for more than 5 years. We have offices in UK, in Kazakhstan, and Armenia. So we have 3 offices. So, and I have a big team of recruiters. And as you told earlier, this is all girls. Yeah, and we work remotely all over the world. So, because it's really popular in IT just to work remotely. So,
remote working, and you have 2 team members, I understand from our conversation earlier, 2 of them who were based in Ukraine during the crisis period, right? So what was that experience like, getting them safe?
It was really stressful period for us. So because as you know, right now, so we have a conflict between Russia and Ukraine. So and when the conflict began, so we thought really fast what we should do. So and we understood that that our girls should relocate outside the country. So because just to the safer place. So and the easier way was Georgia. So right now they're in Georgia. So this is a safe place. And after a couple of months, I think that they will relocate to UK because it's easier just to relocate right now. British government, they just create Ukrainian visas first. So, but we need some time. So I should preparing everything for them. So, but it was extremely stressful for us. Yeah.
I'm glad to know that they're safe now and that, things are going back to slightly more normal operations for you as well. So, Tatyana, you've spent 15 years, as you said, in the recruitment industry, and you have definitely seen how challenging the industry has been, especially in the past few years. In particular, the tech recruitment scene, which you have been in many different roles. So, what do you think are some of the trends in the past few years that have shaped tech recruitment today?
Of course, it's remote work because of the COVID. Everybody remember the time. And a lot of companies just started to offer remote work for the developers. And yeah, this is, I think, the main trend just for in IT market. And secondly, it's just extremely high salary. So what I mean, every company just who was not IT company understood that they can't work without IT department. They need something for remote work. They need something just for this, and for every tools, remote tools, you need developers. So and that's why. So we have a high demand on developers. We had a lot of vacancies and not a lot of developers. So and that's why the companies started to increase the salaries, and just for the whole pandemic time just we had a statistic that the salary grew up just for the 20-30%. So, and every developers just had 5-6 offers from different companies, and they choose just between the offers, just which is better, bigger, between the project. And this is a second trend, I think. So, and yeah, and maybe, and the third trend that a lot of foreign companies, like from America and from the Europe and from UK too, they understood that it's really cool way to hire Russian-speaking developers. So because it's easier and cheaper, and you can get a really high-skilled candidate. So, and before the conflict, it was really a very popular decision just for the foreign companies, because yeah, we have because Russian-speaking developers, they knew English really well. So you can pay really low taxes, because in Russia you can pay only 6%. So you can pay in your currency, in dollar, in euro, in pounds. So no problem for this. So, and you can get really high level skilled developers. And yeah, this is a third strand.
That's very interesting, actually, because you have so many to choose from. So many. I mean, a very highly skilled tech entrepreneur, a very highly skilled tech professional will be able to choose from so many different opportunities. So let's consider some developments in your region. Just recently, I read the BBC reporting that there's been a record number of vacancies, and the quit rates are at an all-time high in the UK. I mean, obviously, as you've already mentioned, the war for talent is fierce. So does this correspond with what you've seen so far? You've mentioned a little bit what you've seen so far in the tech recruitment scene, and what might this mean for recruiters today in terms of speed and hiring the right person for the role? Hiring the right person, particularly.
Indeed, IT recruitment in the UK now is actively developing, which is really good news just for us. So, yeah, I often say that it is really important just to work very quickly, because just for the recruiters. So they really want to be really fast and just to find a cool talent. So how IT market looks right now? The coolest developers, they're not looking for a job. They're just working, just sit and chilling, and they don't care about anything. And girls like us, they just came just on the LinkedIn and write some messages and say, "Hello, are you looking for a job? Are you just ready to considering offer from our customers?" And the developers can say, "Okay, I think it's interesting, but we're not only one." So he can have a lot of just offers just from the different recruiters. So, and that what the recruiters and customers and companies should know, that the main, they should think about fast process of the recruiting. So they should be fast considering the CV and create the interviews, and just they should give feedback so to the candidates, and this is really important what they should do. And secondly, what I'm talking right now is about I'm talking for every customers, and please guys forget about home task. So this is not what the right way if you want to hire a high level skilled developers. So whole companies right now using live coding on the interview. Not everybody knows what is it, live coding. So it's when on the interview, just developers just coding some task. Yes, he can share his screen and just coding something. So this is more effectively, you can see how the developer is just thinking, how he can solve the problem, and you should know that it's his work. So when you just gave him a home task, who can guarantee that he did it? So, and yeah, this is really important. So, but right now we have a lot of companies from all over the world, and nobody just gave a home task for developers. So, and this is the biggest IT companies. So everybody using live coding or technical interviews. So this is enough. So right now.
What's Ghosh, right? His name?
Ghosh, yeah, Ghosh. Yeah. So it's an English bulldog. So yeah.
So we were talking about live coding earlier, and you said that many companies are using that, and they're not using home tests anymore. How long do you think such a process would take? Would it make things faster using live coding to find the right kind of the right talent?
Yes, of course. So it's how just the most popular recruiting process looks in IT companies. Just first general technical interviews. So with just team leads or just with some senior developers. So sometimes it looks like some question and answers. So, and if everything is okay, so, and second interviews looks like live coding. This is more deeply technical interviews. So when the company can check some parts of experience candidates, like maybe algorithms, some maths, or some core languages, something like this. So, and and if everything is fine, so the second is the offer presentation. So, and the main problem right now for us that we have a lot of rejects of offers. So because developers, as I told earlier, just have a lot of offers and they just can choose between 5 offers. So, and our customers always ask us, how fast will you fulfill this job opening? So I promise that we will find a finalist really fast for you. But will the candidate accept offer or not? It depends on your offer, not just of our work. So, but we have a standard in our company that we will show you the first candidate within 4 days after the job opening discussions, and just in between 2 or 3 weeks. So always we are finding a finalist for the companies. So, but right now, just a demand on the developers is really high. So that's why we have a lot of rejects. So this is the main offer.
These are really interesting insights, Tatyana, because with live coding, etc., you also need to ensure that from a recruiter's point of view, you are automating as much of your processes as possible and aligning that with what the current trends are in terms of using tools and technologies that are available. So what kind of impact do you think using technologies and tools, recruitment technologies and tools, will have on the recruitment process itself?
So of course, IT recruiters should use recruiters tools. For me, it's really strange when IT recruiters doesn't use anything. So when I ask, so do you use any CRM systems, so automated your process? And when companies or recruiters told no, for me, it's really strange how it's possible, because you're in IT and the main things, I don't know, the main idea that you can automate everything. So in this life, so the process should be faster. So we are using CRM system for our recruiting, because for us it's really important to work fast. And we have a big database of candidates. So, and we're just always just ping old candidates, and we have a history of every candidate. So for us it's really important to optimize our process. So, and of course we have a lot of platform, so like Slack, maybe just this is a really comfortable messenger, just where and our customers, everybody just use it, and this is really just comfortable, just convenient, just to communicate so with the customers there. So, and we use just Jira, and just we have a lot of tools just for communication between us and customers. So, and we have a lot of tools for ourselves, because because life is so fast, recruiting is so fast, and usually we are working with another agencies, and we have only one vacancy and 3 agencies, and we should be faster, better, smarter, and of course tools will help us. So yeah.
On that note, let's talk about the candidate experience from that point of view. Giving them the kind of memorable experience. You mentioned earlier that rejections are also very high in terms of IT recruitment. So, what would you say, and in your experience so far, are some of the ways that recruiters can ensure candidate care throughout the recruitment process?
First, I want to tell you that in IT field, candidates they doesn't care about their CVs at all. So we usually don't have a full full CV. So usually we have on the LinkedIn profile or some just GitHub profile, and that is all what we have.
One of the services that you've offered before is to look into CVs. So, what might be some of the main observations you've made as a recruiter about job seekers in terms of making sure they have a CV that makes an impact?
I work in IT recruiting, so my observations are related to the specific of this particular industry. So, and in general, over the years of work, I noticed that that many IT specialists sometimes have problems with making a high impact CV. So always what we have is only just LinkedIn profile, GitHub profile, and that is all what we have. So we're looking for some just our our just red words like, oh, these guys, he's Java developers, and these guys, he's the Golang developers, and after that we just send them the message, say, yeah, we saw that you have these technologies, maybe are you looking for our proposal. So, and so this is how our market works. So I never saw a cool CVs from the candidates. So in IT field, because before when I was younger, I worked in a general agency, so with different vacancies like just sales manager or something like that. And the candidates, they created a perfect CVs with whole information, but you will never see this in IT. So forget about this. So yeah, but I wanna just give you a couple of advice. Just maybe right now somebody just looking for a job, or maybe you're a junior specialist and you are not so popular between the companies. So, and this is a cool advice for you. First, please start write your work experience from the last workplace. This is really important because sometimes they start their CV from the first workplace, and you're, oh my God, where he's developing developing experience. So, and I worked in McDonald's when I was young, and right now I'm a senior developer, and you can find where is it. So secondly, provide the facts about you, about your location, about where you want to relocate, if you are just considering these vacancies, because it's really important for the companies. So if you want to relocate in some countries, or in some countries you really doesn't want to relocate, please write this in your CV. It will be much easier for companies and for the recruiters. So, and secondly, don't forget about your tech technologies. Please write a full stack on your project. So, and will be perfect if you can write your roles in this project. So I was a senior developer. I created just like these tasks. So I like to work in a team, or I don't like to work in a team. And I will just create on my side. So please write something about yourself. So, but don't create a big CV. So the perfect CV is just one page. So, and because recruiters spend only 10 seconds to reviewing your CV, so professional recruiters, so they're looking for just important words. Okay, I think these candidates can be good. So, and I can spend one more 10 seconds just to review his CV.
Mm-hmm. So, 10 seconds, huh?
10 seconds, yes.
Those are great pieces of advice coming from a recruiter's point of view, and also to make the job easier for recruiters, especially when you have to pass through so many CVs and volumes of them that come in. Just to close this, you have shared so much today, and I'm really glad to hear all your insights. And you've had vast experience in the recruitment space, particularly IT recruitment. So, what advice would you give to someone who's starting out in IT recruitment today, maybe?
So, firstly, what I can say that right now it's much easier than it was 5 years ago, because right now you can find a lot of courses, a lot of books, information, YouTube channels about IT recruitment. When I started, it was really difficult just to find any information about IT. So, and first, what you should understand, that you should be a high skilled recruiters in a tech technology. This is because developers they understand really fast. So do you have experience? Do you have information about these tech technologies? If you don't have, so nobody will talk with you. So you should understand difference between the stack technology. Please, right now, just you can find any information. Please Google it. So, and secondly, you should be brave. Because it's really, I remember that feeling, how it's difficult to write to a person to just and create for him some offer, and just to, I remember how it's difficult to create the first interview when you're just not really just sure that you're right. So just be brave. Everybody was junior. So if you don't know something, you can ask the candidate. So, and don't worry too much if you made a mistake. So everybody did it at the same time. So please just and always thinking that you are working with the people. So, and they can have a different mood, and some people will be smart and kind, some people will be aggressive and not so kind. So, but you are a professional and you can stop the dialogue in every time. So, and it's a normal if you don't know something. So, and it's normal. So, because I'm working in IT field just for a lot of years, and every day, so industry create new tools, new technologies, And it's normal if you don't know something, but you should have a really just life brain. So you should always thinking. So how I can solve this task, how I can find these developers, and remember that that you don't have an impossible task. Every task is possible. So you can solve this if you spend some efforts and some times.
Yeah, that's, the learning culture applies to everyone, especially so in industries or recruiters who have to learn really fast, just as fast as those they are recruiting, I suppose. So thank you so much, Tatyana, for your time today. It was great to hear your insights about IT recruitment and your experiences running your company, looking at the trends that are affecting tech recruitment today, and also those great pieces of advice. And it's been a great pleasure having you on the show. I'm sure the audience also wants to know what to find you. So where can they look you up?
So you can find our website luckyhunter.co.uk. So you can find any information about us and about our services, or you can find my LinkedIn profile by my email, or in any social media. I'll be there, so you can find our really easy.
Thank you so much, Tatyana. And we have been speaking with Tatyana Melnichuk, who is the founder at Lucky Hunter, an IT recruitment firm based in the UK. Do look out for our future podcasts and stay tuned for our next videos. Bye.
Bye bye.